What's going on, everyone? This is Real Deal Sports. The usual guys here. I didn't get the memo on the basketball jersey. We got Will Smith at the bottom.
Hey, he wearing a t-shirt, and I'm still paler than he is, man.
Wow.
I gotta get a tan, man. I gotta get.
Wait, hold on. How you got a basketball jersey? The first logo we see is the baseball team in Cleveland.
Because he just said,
"Look at a football."
I'm looking at my skin tone, bro. Like I'm just saying. Okay, you want me to do this?
No, that one kind of faded. Don't do that. Don't do that. And then, this one faded too. Oh no, gotta put that cocoa butter on it, boy.
Yeah, just a little bit,
and then we got John with the Pandemic P jersey. No, let me stop.
He added something. Look, he added a cloth?
Yeah. He think he's slick.
He think he's slick. He think he's slick.
Yeah.
At the card.
I noticed it was there when we came on.
I can't remember that guy. Who's that guy? The European dude y'all keep talking about is so great. I think this guy knocked him out of the playoffs 2 years in a row now running.
If you don't talk about he had a whole Kawhi Leonard. Stop the cap.
He didn't have him last year. Stop it. He did not have Kawhi Leonard.
Yes, he did. Yes.
No, he won the last 3 games without Kawhi Leonard in that series. Kawhi went down in like game 2.
John.
No, I ain't hearing that. He took him out single-handedly.
And he ain't won shit.
Playoff heat. He went 7. Then he turned around and went 7 with Denver. What are you talking about?
That's when Luka. That's when Kawhi got hurt.
No, he took out Luka by himself. Kawhi got hurt in that series, and then he went 7 with Denver by himself.
Kawhi got hurt against Utah, which was the next round.
All right, well then he went 7 with Utah. Whatever. I'm just saying he took down Luka by himself.
Because I think Joe English is the one that hurt Kawhi.
Hello. I don't know. Come on, let's get.
I don't either.
Off topic.
But, you got the Pandemic P. We got Big Will from Phil. I didn't get the memo, so I just got a black.
And I always try to wear something sporty though. It's a sports show.
Yeah, but y'all don't ever tell me.
I mean, it's not. We don't think we're supposed to tell you about a sports show to wear something sporty.
I do.
Nico wants us to call him, so we all wear the same thing, and we look
exactly. You got it.
No, we're not about to do that. We can color coordinate here once in there.
Forget about it. We're gonna.
We different for a reason.
And
Nico,
it's incidental. Y'all didn't call me like this next team didn't call their middle linebacker for 10 years, but it's all good.
Okay, I like how you trying to set that up. Okay,
yeah, no, I didn't.
Okay.
All right. I'm petty though. But report came out earlier this week, guys, that Bobby Wagner told a reporter that when he got released from Seattle wasn't the team that told him, pretty much. I guess he found out like the rest of us. After spending 10 years in Seattle, being the quarterback of that defense through the Legion of Boom and, post Legion of Boom and everything else. What you guys think about it? I don't like, I think, yes, it's still a business, but come on, man. Somebody been there for that long. You can hit them with a phone call. At least.
Go ahead, Walt.
Oh no, I was just gonna say honestly, this is just tough. I mean, I feel like they doing one of their top tier players like real dirty. Honestly, for somebody who been there 10 years, pretty much average almost 100 tackles each year he was there.
I think he led the limit.
He was the quarterback of that defense and throughout the Legion of Boom, and even when the Legion of Boom wasn't there, and for y'all just to be like, hey, you got released. You can find out on Twitter or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yeah.
I just feel like that's doing him completely wrong. And like I said, just to be doing something. I'm not saying he's still a top tier linebacker, but for your franchise, as much as he did for your franchise, you gotta at least give him a call, something, give him a text. Like I won't even say give him. You gotta give him like a party. You feel me? Like what do you mean? Like He's pretty much the last. He was pretty much the last player to pretty much be there from the original team of the Russells, the Shermans, all that therefore. But you give him a throw, you got to throw that man a party, man. I'm sorry, man. You just can't tell him, hey, you got to go with this. You finding out on ESPN. So I feel like that's a bad look for the Seahawks, honestly, and that might be, like I said, could hurt them honestly in the future when it comes to bringing top players or even whatever players to that team. Honestly,
True, very true. Go ahead, John. What you got?
Yeah, this is why players don't come back and sign a one-day contract with their team to retire with them, or show up to their jersey retirement, stuff like that. This is a Hall of Fame player, man. Do him dirty like this. But take us back to something I've mentioned and other things. This is why I'll never call Kyler Murray greedy or selfish or any of that stuff trying to get his money now, because these teams will do this and no one will call them greedy and selfish. And they did this to save $17 million. Like, come on, man. Like, these teams are worth $2 billion. Like, they did this. They cut a guy who had over 170 tackles in a 17-game season. That's 10 tackles a game. That's crazy numbers. So to do someone dirty like that, and then, I mean, imagine he's sitting there watching ESPN, and he's just like, oh, man. Yeah. And also, 2 years ago, Aaron Rodgers said he was – now, I know, in football years, 2 years is a long time, but Aaron Rodgers said he's probably still the best linebacker in the league, and his numbers only got better since then. I mean, he had, I think, 170 tackles last year is the most he's ever had. So he was a wrecking machine last year, and I know that puts a lot of wear and tear on guys, but to do them dirty like that, like, nah, man, that's why players, lose a lot of respect for their former teams, and they deserve it.
Yeah, I definitely. It's not right. And like you say, John, I don't blame these guys either for wanting, the most that they can get at their position, because it's a shelf life. They can love you today and release you tomorrow. Look at him, and then for you to find out with, a team that you've pretty much put all your blood, sweat, and tears into. You've, you've been the best role model as far as on the team and off the team. You've never heard anything about Bobby Wagner in the news, and this is how they treat you. They just
I wish just for like one game, like the fans would plan like a boycott. You know what I mean? Just like don't show up for one game for stuff like this, and then like, all right, game 2 we'll be back, but game 1 you're gonna find out like when he's showing up. Like when y'all post stuff like this. Here's the thing: I don't mind this happening. Right? They get paid millions of dollars for stuff like this to happen. But that's also why I'll never call the players greedy, and I've always hoped the players fight for every dollar they can get. And when it comes to the Cardinals versus Kyler Murray, I'm going to take Kyler Murray's side because I know in a couple of years they'll do the same to him. So I'll take his side now.
Right. Yeah.
So let me ask y'all this real quick: where y'all think is the best fit for him to go after being released?
Honestly, I think he should go east. I think he should go play for a team like the Ravens. That they as probably one of the only teams that really are loyal to their players. I have never heard anything with the Ravens as far as just releasing you randomly. They usually try to look out best for you. I think he should try to play for the Ravens. They're in need of a middle linebacker. Bobby probably has another 5 years left. And then in a division where you play Joe Burrow, Baker, and whoever the quarterback gonna be in Pittsburgh, you play them twice a year, and all three of those teams are very run heavy teams. You're gonna need somebody that can stick their nose in it. You got Najee Harris in Pittsburgh, Joe Mixon in Cincinnati. Then you got Chubb and Kareem Hunt in Cleveland. I mean, who better to play, to be that quarterback for the defense, I believe. What about you, John?
That's tough. I mean, if I were him, I'd try to, at this point in his career, go to a contender, but maybe even an up and comer. Like, why not go to New England or something? You played in cold weather. Played up north.
That would be interesting.
I know they got Dante Hightower, but he's injury prone, and he's so. I mean, New England has shown signs of going out and getting. They got you got the blitzers, you got Matthew Judon, you got the other side. So why not seal up that middle and just compete with the Bills year in year out?
Right. What about you, Walt?
I mean,
Cleveland Browns.
No. See, I was thinking it would be nice. It would definitely be nice for him to come to Cleveland. But I mean, honestly, if I was him, I would stay in the division. I mean, just if I could play the Seahawks again, honestly, just if I can, show them what they lost. Honestly,
Right.
not sure what team I would go to in the division, but I mean, I would stay in the division if I was him. Just like I said, I would want to show the team that just literally released me with it for pretty much nothing, just so they can make salary cap space. Right. I want to show them, hey, I still got it. So
I don't know if the Rams can afford him because they're gonna have to make a bunch of other deals with a bunch of other people. Man, if the Rams can go get him, and then
I was thinking about
they'll never hear the end of it.
Imagine Fred Warner and Bobby Wagner. That would almost be similar to Patrick Willis and Navarro Bowman.
That actually, man, that'd be nasty.
They went to the Super Bowl. Then they lost in the NFC Championship game. You might have something there. And who better to learn from if from a young Fred Warner than Bobby Wagner?
Yep. That'd be a great mentor, honestly.
And another thing is that a lot of people don't know, he's his own agent. Bobby Wagner is his own agent.
You had Navarro Bowman.
His own deal.
That was a nice linebacker squad.
So, he has the intelligence to do it. I mean, even, I don't really like this, but a team like the Packers could use him. Because they've never really had a middle linebacker.
That's why earlier, right? Aaron Rodgers is a big fan of his. He's always been
But I don't know if they would be able to pay him with the money they just had to give Aaron. Or, if he would, how much of a hit would he have to take money-wise compared to what he would be getting in Seattle? It would be interesting.
I'm waiting to hear Aaron's contract because he said he's making it team-friendly so that not only they can sign and keep players, but they can also bring on more players.
He might get a lot later, like the last 2 years compared to the first two.
Yeah, I'm wondering how you do that if he's getting this much, but anyway.
Probably 25 guaranteed. First 2 years.
But they did Wagner dirty.
75 year 3 and year 4, probably. So you have room to bring some pieces because you definitely gonna need them. Because the Rams, I don't see them going away. Even if the Niners can get a quarterback, they still gonna be tough, especially if they can keep them young guys around. The Fred Warners, the Bosa's, and that defensive line and Debo, keep them around. The Niners, I think they're going to be tough to beat for, I say, the next 5 to 7 years. And
they seem to believe in Trey Lance, so we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean,
that remains to be seen, though. I think depending on what they do with Jimmy G, will show if they have faith in him or not. And then even hypothetically, if Tom Brady was to go there, it's like, bruh, who better to learn from for a year or two? Who better to learn from? You could take, the things he do mechanically and put it into your game, but, from a mobile aspect. So it'll be interesting to see. So this week in the association has been a record-breaking week. You got Kevin Durant, you got LeBron, you got KD, you got Steph. Steph just reached 20,000, correct?
Yeah, Steph hit 20. KD hit 25.
25,000.
Popovich hit the all-time record for most wins by a coach.
Really?
1,336.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. So, and then LeBron hasn't done it yet, but we're counting on him this week, hitting that triple, the triple quintuple, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000 points. First ever.
Hear something? Back. Oh, my fault. It's a goat around here. So my fault.
Cut it out.
My bad.
He's a bad man.
Bad. Oh, sorry. It just keep coming out. I'm sorry.
First ever to do it. You hear that, Nico?
I heard it loud and clear.
Bad. Oh,
But not just
obviously.
obviously not just 10, 10, 10, but 35,000 points, 10,000, 10,000.
I see you over there trying to put up your fingers like I'm counting to 6. Like, I mean, that's okay. I mean, all right. What else? What else do you have? What else?
Jordan Brand. What else?
Anyways, go ahead, John. I apologize. We completely get
No, I think he was. Yeah,
you asked the question.
No, he was telling us about a guy who went to less finals than Robert Horry. Continue. We're listening.
And he's undefeated. Correct.
Yeah. So was Robert Horry. What's your point?
I don't know. I just know he got 7. Is he undefeated?
Yeah, he's undefeated. 7-0.
Big shot five for a reason.
Goat status right there. Robert Horry.
You want to have that discussion again?
hey, but to you, I was looking at a stat that said Popovich had more wins than like 8 or 9 teams, and obviously they're newer teams, but still, man, the Pelicans, like a lot of the newer teams, like he's got more wins than a lot of the teams, like 8 or 9 teams.
We got to think too. He's probably the longest tenured coach.
Yeah.
And 26 years. And I think the same with LeBron. It's your longevity. You've been able to sustain an amount of greatness to get you to this level.
Yeah, that's a topic for another day. But why are the Spurs not trading? Why are they not making trades, trying to get pieces and trying to, I don't understand.
I think they still
trying to let his career just run out and then rebuild.
Well, you got to think. San Antonio is not an ideal destination. Let's just be honest. If I told y'all today, hey, we taking a trip to San Antonio, y'all gonna be like, no, we could. But if I told you we taking a trip to Miami, y'all have y'all bags packed within an hour. Like, let's just be honest. It's not attractive.
What? You don't want to see the Alamo 10 times? What's wrong with seeing the Alamo 10 times?
San Antonio can't be that bad. I mean, I'm just saying, a little hot,
They do have they got that dirty river that runs through there that looks nice at night.
Now that you say that, we're gonna take a trip. We're gonna go to a Spurs game.
Yeah, we ain't about to disrespect.
Hey, here's the thing, man. Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley disrespects San Antonio enough.
I just said it's not a destination people want to go. Hey. Hell, if you really look at it, Chicago is not a destination people want to come to. Because it's nothing. I mean, it's the city, but we ain't got beaches. We ain't got, we don't have the same things. LA.
We got beaches.
No, that's the lakefront. It's the different.
It's just really cold water. The water's just freezing cold. You probably don't
really
want to
cold. It's green today for St. Patrick's Day.
Definitely. All right. Well, we're gonna back out San Antonio because Barkley does them dirty enough. So
yeah, he said they got big old women.
Yeah, at the end of the day, back out them. I was about to say, at the end of the day, it's definitely a great accomplishment for Greg, though. If, being in the league, 26 years. I mean, he's then seen everybody from David Robinson, LeBron, these new guys, Josh. So he's able. I'm pretty sure he was able, to see a lot of these people grow and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure he's taught a lot of people a lot of things as well. So definitely big shout out to Coach for passing Don Nelson, and pray for you to have better health, get better as well, man. Because this is me, he looking like he's a little, sluggish. Like he just needs to go take a break or something, man. Like,
but I think too, he's just up in age.
And that's what I'm saying. I just feel like, I feel like maybe you just need to go sit down and relax, honestly, bro. It's like, I just feel like the game has been stressing him out enough, honestly.
He has enough say-so and power that, like, he could, in a sense, hold the Spurs hostage and just keep coaching and coaching and coaching. But I think, in a sense, too, the Spurs are kind of like, they don't want to get rid of him, but at the same time, it is time for a new era in San Antonio, unless they're going to make some moves now and actually help him win a championship. But if they're not going to do that, then there's no point in having him coach 3, 4, 5 more years with a bunch of mediocre 7, 8 seed players, So
that's what I'm saying. At this point, I feel like they just need to start molding another head coach. Because, like I said, I mean, at this age, Pop don't need to be worrying about, game planning and, still staying up this late at night. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he need to be worrying about his health. So I feel like this is just time for them to start molding another head coach and start, having a parade for Pop and send a nice going home party for him.
Yeah, don't do him like Bobby Wagner.
Please don't. Please don't.
They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that.
They love Pop too much. They love Pop too much. They wouldn't do him like that.
They would boycott games. I'm telling you, Texas
they would probably shut down the city for that. Absolutely. Like if they would get him like that.
Alamo.
Yeah, they would. They
shut down the Alamo for him.
Shut down the Alamo.
What's up with you in the Alamo, man? Like,
I heard like. Well, they're gonna shut it down like no one's there anyway, so it's not gonna matter.
Yeah.
All right, look.
Ain't nobody sponsoring us, thanks to John. Ain't nobody sponsoring.
They gonna like his spark. You know, you gotta have that person with the spark who don't give a damn. I should say.
Hey, we ain't disrespecting Alamo. We're just saying like it's like Navy Pier. Once you've seen it, you've seen it. No. It ain't nothing new the second time around.
You've seen the Alamo?
I lived in Texas for a year. I seen the Alamo a few times. It was the same second time. It ain't nothing. It's walls with signs on it saying in 18 whatever this happened. This happened. It's a ton of reading to do. No thanks. Hey, like I don't mind one time, but after that, you've seen it.
You pretty much say it's just a one-time thing, man. You need to go see it.
If you are that person who every time your family comes in town, you take them Navy Pier, that just means you don't know Chicago. Like that is once you've seen Navy Pier, you've seen it. You know what I mean? It ain't like that's nothing new the second time around.
That's true. That's true. Maybe yeah. You got a point. You got a great point. So in other news, Blake Griffin takes a shot at Steve Nash on Instagram. But I'm going to let John explain the story because I take it one way, John takes it another way. Walt, we're going to see how you take it after he explains the story. And then we're going to have the discussion.
I put a question mark as in he takes a shot at Steve Nash, question mark. Listen, it was someone on Instagram posted a video playing basketball, and they said something to the effect of, man, it's fun to play basketball. And Blake Griffin pretty much said, I wouldn't know. You know, I wouldn't know what to play basketball.
Wait. We got to add context. When did he make this comment?
After playing 0 minutes in a basketball game. 0. Not lack of minutes, lack of any minutes. Like,
because, you know, the first thing people will say, well, how we know it wasn't a long time ago? John said it was 2 days ago.
Yeah,
that's how we know.
And by the way, guess what? The game since then, also 0 minutes. So it didn't have no effect on Steve Nash. Has been playing Blake Griffin.
I think he did play today though. I think he played like a minute.
Okay.
I'll be honest. I think he did play like a minute.
He tripped onto the court at one point, and Steve let him play on.
No, but he did. I think he did play like a minute. Whatever game when they was playing New York today. This is kind of like. No, I'll say that for another time, but it just kind of bothered me a little bit, the fact that I was watching the Nets game today. And you know how they say that Kyrie can't play home games, but he's at the home games with no face mask or anything on, though. So what is the purpose of him not playing a home game if he doesn't have a face mask on? That makes no sense to me. So John, I'm sorry. I do agree with you now.
Also,
right.
too, though.
You're right. That just don't make no sense to me.
Also, they say Bradley Beal can play at the Knicks arena and the Brooklyn Nets arena, and he hasn't been vaccinated. So I don't understand that either. I'm like, how you?
That's my whole point.
I was just so baffled today when I was watching the game. I'm like, bro, so how is it the fact that he's sitting there chilling with his lady or whatever, his little crew or whatever on the sideline, and all his posse is masked up, but him though. But him.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, that's my whole point along the way. It's like,
well, in that case, he probably just don't care.
I'm not saying it's a bad rule. What I'm saying is it doesn't line up with the other rules.
You're right.
Like,
You're right.
If you tell me that I can't run in the house, but I can ride my scooter around in the house, or I can ride my bike or whatever, like, it don't make sense. Like, okay, if one of them is bad, then all of them have to be bad. They can't. It's like they say you can't take like a pound out of the football because it helps you catch it. But then you give players gloves that can catch like anything they want, right? So it's like, I understand you shouldn't tamper with the football, but like, why are gloves legal in the league? If I would rather have gloves than a deflated football. Let's be honest, man. Them gloves are sticky as all get out nowadays. So like you can't. These rules have to make sense. They have to go hand in hand. You can't just have, and that's my whole point. Is that last year during the bubble, they told players they couldn't swap jerseys after games because the jerseys might have COVID. And it's like these dudes been bumping each other the whole game. Like that don't make sense. And so like the rules have to match. Like that's all my point is. But to this point, it was not so much Blake Griffin taking a shot at Steve Nash. It's I think the question is, are the Nets wasting talent? Right? Because here's the thing. Once they get LaMarcus Aldridge back in a week, and once Ben Simmons gets in his right head space and comes back, Blake Griffin's going to get less minutes. Aldridge probably not going to get many minutes. And then, of course, Joe Harris coming back. And once Kyrie can play in every game, like they're going to have 2 or 3 star players. I'm not, borderline all-stars. I'm not talking about superstars, but borderline all-stars sitting on their bench, not getting minutes that could go play for teams. And I'm not saying they'd make them contenders, but they'd make them interesting. Go play for the Pistons. Go play for – I'm not going to list them all, but I'm just saying, like, they got all these players who – Blake Griffin's a 20-point-a-game guy. Like, I'm not saying he's 25, 27 like John Moran, but he's a 20-point guy. Why is he sitting on a bench somewhere? And that's my whole point is I think the Nets are wasting talent and hoarding talent that they don't need and shouldn't have.
I can somewhat agree, only because of the fact that I feel like them players, they wanted to come to the Nets, though, only because of the fact they felt like it was going to be an easy ride, an easy ride to the championship, though. I mean, yeah, you're right. They could go off somewhere and try to play for Detroit, which Blake was kind of already doing. I mean, and like you said, he was putting up probably 20 points, maybe 8-9 rebounds or whatever. He was already doing that, but I mean, he wasn't winning. And at this point, I feel like everybody's just so like, oh, I got to win a ring to be, justified in the league now. So, I mean, they don't mind. They don't probably mind sitting on the bench right now, honestly.
Well, he clearly does mind if he's making shots like this. But I'm saying, like, there's a difference between coming off the bench like Carmelo and playing 15, 20 minutes for a contender as compared to being literally Patrick McCaw, where you win 3 straight titles and get like 3 minutes a game, right? Like, there's clearly a difference. Blake Griffin don't want to win a title if he's getting 5 minutes. I don't think the title's going to mean anything to him. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. It just I can list a lot of great players who came off benches, but like they didn't get minutes, and like the title don't mean as much because they weren't part of it, And it's just I don't know. I don't like it. I think they need to release some of these players if they don't need them, and go get whatever. Because I mean they broke up that team, man. They had a lot of good players, Dinwiddie, whatever, Jared Allen. Like these are other guys who can ball. So you got rid of all your youth to have names so they could all go win a title, but like to not play them at all. Like I'm talking about 0 minutes. I ain't talking about, man, if you give Blake 10, 15, fine, whatever. But 0 minutes, that's ridiculous.
I mean, who's to say? I mean, I'm not trying to be that guy, but I mean, who's to say that they're not saving them for the playoffs, though? I mean, we don't know that, but I mean, like you said though, if I'm Blake though, I definitely still want to play because, like you said, Blake is definitely somebody that can still put up 20 points easily. You know what I'm saying? Especially not, he's not just dunking and stuff now. He's actually he's shooting post phase. You know what I'm saying? He can hit the little 17 to 15 foot shot. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we didn't talk about that 50-point game from LeBron, but this 50-point game better than that 56-point game to me. I mean, that 56-point game, he was pulling up deep threes and hitting layups and dunks. This game, he was in his bag. He was pulling out every move in the book. I mean, them shots he was hitting were crazy.
Us LeBron fans could say he was in his bag, but, the LeBron haters would be like, oh, there were no Bradley Bills, and he was playing the Wizards, or he was playing the
it don't matter. These shots were crazy shots.
I'm just saying,
Go look at that game, man. This game,
LeBron hater. I don't hate LeBron.
Remember how I said the last LeBron game was the best 50-point game? This one beat that game. This was amazing to watch him.
That's nice.
You see my finger pointing? Wait, hold on.
That's nice.
Right there.
That's nice. Are they making the playoffs?
What is that?
He's about. I think he's about like 9 or 10 more 50-point games away from the playoffs.
Yeah, and then he gonna be dead. come game 2, his leg's gonna be shot. He's gonna be like, bro, Russ, you gotta help me out.
They're 6 games behind a Clippers team with no Kawhi or Paul George. That's pretty bad. I will say that's pretty bad. But still, though, that game, he was in his bag that game.
Yeah, 100%. So, guys, John has brought to my attention, our attention rather, that AB, Mr. Business is booming, and Kanye West, aka Yeezy, want to buy the Broncos. Now, I'll be honest. I don't know. We've never seen it done. A couple other minority billionaires. Byron Allen is one. He owns the Weather Channel. They say he's another person that has been interested in buying the Broncos. I don't know. I mean, it would be dope to see, but I think Kanye would have to, he got to call Jay-Z, got to call Oprah. Who else he got to call? Diddy, Dre. Because, I mean,
a lot of teams are owned by one owner and then a bunch of minority owners.
Yes.
But
you don't think Kanye got the money just to buy the team straight out?
Hey, wait, let me tell you the numbers real quick. So they're selling right now for $2.3 billion. That's the going price for the Broncos.
Yeah, I mean, most NFL teams are worth. I think Dallas is the most with like 5.
I don't know how much it really is worth, but Kanye's listed at $1.8 billion, while AB's listed at $20 million. This hit me before we took on the show. This is the equivalent of Kobe. This is the equivalent of Kwame Brown. I love Kwame. It's not a shot at him. It sort of is. Kwame Brown coming up.
This is definitely a shot.
This is the equivalent of Kwame Brown coming up and saying, "Hang on." This is the equivalent of Kwame Brown coming up and saying, "Me and Kobe scored 83 last night." when Kobe scored 81. Like that's what this is. That's what this is literally the equivalent of that. So it's like that sounds nice until you hear that one of them scored 81, and then it's like, all right.
Wow, you rough. So we ain't gonna never be on nobody's show.
Hey, that boy John is on fire today.
I'm just saying, like that's what this made me think of before when we were talking on the show. I told you I was kind of coming with a Kobe analogy because that hit me right when we were talking. But yeah, man, like there's no way. Here's the thing: NFL cares about image. They care about, there's only 2 owners really we even know. I mean, you got that guy down in Dallas, you got the guy up in New England. Really, outside that, we don't even know a lot of the owners. That's right. Like they're kind of like hush hush, keep your mouth quiet, let these guys run the league type thing. So someone outspoken like Kanye, I don't think the league, because we've seen it, these leagues are able to take teams away from people, and I don't think they allow him to have this team just because the thing he's on right now, whatever.
His business partner?
No, just all the talking in the media he's been doing lately with him and his wife and all that. Like, I don't think the NFL wants that in their league. I mean, we've seen them, right? They don't like big mouths. They don't like Kaepernick, Tebow, Michael Sam. Like, they don't like you to be bigger than the NFL. They want the NFL to be the shield, to be the thing, right? Kanye, he's not going to let anything be bigger than him. So I don't think this happens. I don't think it has anything to do with AB. I love AB. I love Kanye, but the NFL doesn't let this happen. No.
What you got, John?
I'm about to say John just went, my guy.
What you got, Walt? Okay, bro. I was looking at his picture behind you. That's why I'm like,
Stop it.
But no, I'm gonna put a hat on that picture soon because I've been wearing a hat like every show.
The hat? Well, all right. We're gonna have to switch that out another time. Like I keep telling y'all, I like my original. Y'all keep coming for my background, man.
Hey, John, that boy always angry. What?
How am I always angry? And I'm the one that's on the show always laughing.
That boy upset. John was like,
anywho,
I ain't changing it.
Anywho, but no, honestly though, I don't think I agree with John though. I mean, I don't feel like, the NFL all about looks, you know what I'm saying? So they want somebody that's got a good image. Like Kanye, like you said, with the whole wife thing, and then, you got all this other stuff going on mentally. I don't know what else, but honestly, I just feel like it's just another stunt that he's trying to pull. The same with the whole, Donald Trump thing and the whole I'm running for president, make America great type thing. I just feel like he's just trying to do it just to be, what I'm saying, in media. He's trying to put his name on something, and Kanye's just being Kanye. And AB trying to, I don't know how he might have some part ownership, to Kanye's 1 billion to his 20 million. So, I mean, I'm not sure how that's going to work, how they going to come out percentage wise, I should say.
He needs to stop telling people he got enough money because, bro.
But I mean, it's not going to happen. I'm pretty sure it's somebody else. Either the guy who still owns the Denver Broncos is going to renew his contract, or they're going to find somebody else who You know
what the first thing I looked up when I saw it was selling for $2.3 billion? How much he bought it for? He bought this team in 1984 for $78 million.
Wow,
that's an investment, huh?
Sheesh.
Yeah, you came up a lot.
That's a hell of a come up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's either he's going to still be the owner, or they're going to find somebody who's can have a public face, and I mean that in the most respectable way. So,
right. Yeah.
And by the way, this isn't us saying that he's not a proper face for the NFL. This is I'm talking about the NFL. Because when you think about it, Robert Kraft just a couple of years ago was in the news for going down to Florida getting massages from some illegal,
We don't have to go into it.
Yeah, we ain't got.
Well, I'm just saying, but he's one of the untouchables, right? I think if it were maybe any other owner, they probably would have ousted him. But Robert Kraft and Jerry Jones, they're kind of untouchable. So there are a couple untouchables, but outside that, yeah, like they do like their guys quiet and subdued. So I don't think he's going to fit the league.
I think honestly, it would hurt him, but I think the other thing that would hurt him is his business partner. Mr. Business is booming himself. They're going to be like, no. Hell no.
Yeah, the NFL don't want to deal with him no more.
Who you got as your general manager? Hell no.
They'll tell him he can buy a few popcorn stands.
Right.
I couldn't imagine AB being a general manager, bro.
Imagine that. It'd be like,
God. Oh my goodness.
They're just throwing parties every day. They're just throwing parties every day.
Oh my God.
It wouldn't be a good look, man.
Have we made any money this month? No, but we have thrown the best parties.
Ooh, all right. Yeah.
And that's the thing, though. Like being an NFL owner, the money you got to put into that thing, you can go broke fast if stuff starts going left.
Yeah.
You can go broke fast. And that's all your life savings.
AB's got it though. He's got it.
That's what he claimed. My boy talk himself out of 30 million, talking about I got it. No, you don't.
Oh yeah, these two. No, we're talking about this before. These two are guys who talk themselves into situations and talk themselves up. Their whole when you go to their website, I bet it's gonna be like they're gonna go sign all them dudes who are like that. You're just gonna have Kanye, AB, LeVar Ball, Conor McGregor, Donald Trump, just all guys who talk themselves into like situations that they didn't belong. Kanye belongs. I take that back. He definitely belongs. But
that's like a disaster before it happened. We sign all them, wouldn't nothing get done. You'd be having UFC fights in the middle of the halftime. Like what?
I think LeVar, I think Trump both hosted like WWE things, so they got the experience. Conor got the experience. AB wanted to fight Logan Paul or Jake Paul, whatever. So yeah,
he would have got knocked to sleep,
money
just like everybody else. But yeah, guys, I don't. It's not. I mean, if you got it, you got it. But I think you got it. You definitely got to change some things up once you get it, or them owners are going to try to out you. Because think about it. You're not only representing yourself, you represent 31 other teams.
Yeah.
And all of you are under that shield. And, the NFL has told us multiple times, no one's bigger than the shield. So we shall see in the upcoming weeks.
Yeah. He ain't getting no seat at that table.
He might get like if I was him, I ain't gonna lie. Like if I did, have that kind of money, I would try to do the whole minority thing. So, it's not as much pressure on me. Like, you don't want to be, because I don't really know Kanye as a big fan of it.
I'm
But I
about to say,
think you have to have like minds, football minds around you to guide you in the right direction. You can't be taking advice from Twister or Common. Like, bro, what you doing?
like I said, at the end of at the end of the day, I mean, it's just not going to be a good business move. And like I said, Kanye, he's just not the public figure that like John said is that they're looking for. So I mean, hey,
you can also look to Jerry Jones to see what happens when you get in your own way. Don't nothing get done.
I mean, but I'm about to say, right, Jerry Jones, he still don't know how to act as a owner, in my opinion. but yeah, that's the show, y'all. This your boy Walt, Big Walt, Nico, Suave. My boy John, he had to switch the hat back forward to let y'all know what's up.
I just want to make sure y'all knew I was matching today.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Matching.
Because Nico always getting on him about the hat. So
yeah, that boy had on a Cleveland jersey and a Chicago Bulls hat.
Man,
what the hell you do that at?
Let my boy live.
Hey, thank you to our 25 subscribers. Y'all stay healthy. Come back.
We up 2 now. Let's get it. Okay.
We love y'all. We love y'all.
Comment, subscribe, tell your friends, your mamas, everybody, man.
Check out the Instagram.
Hit our line. We'll send you $1.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot about we have an Instagram. RDS.
If you DM us, we might send you $1 to your Cash App.
I'm about to say, Nico, he might send you $1 to your Cash App.
It's only $1. It's only $25. Relax. We can pay for them. We can get them a Sprite.
Get your own damn Sprite.
Speaking of, Walt, you're going to see Walt's Facebook change to Bulls, baby, because they whooped Cleveland last night. So go check out his page.
Yes.
Damn, I forgot.
For the next 24 hours.
I got to do it for 24 hours. I got to change my profile pic. So if y'all do see me change my pic from my beautiful daughters, I'm doing it because...
You know what's funny? I see how you tried to do that, but you could always go back. You'll be all right. You really want me to take my daughters off?
Hey, that's that Westbrook move where you bring your kids into it. Like, listen, y'all gotta stop calling me Westbrook because it hurts my kids' feelings.
Right. Westbrook.
Damn. You see how they try to put me in the Westbrook category now? It's all right though.
John
I tried it.
It works.
I tried it.
Either that or you got to be like KD or JaVale McGee where you have your mama come on ESPN and be like, y'all got to stop messing with my baby.
I was about to say, I think I got this one on my own.
Quit? We ain't going to be able to have no damn guest.
No. How many times you seen Mr. Rant on ESPN? How many times
he ain't lying though.
KD ain't never gone on ESPN.
I get it. I agree.
He ain't never lied though.
KD ain't never gone on ESPN. He ain't never gone on Fox Sports. But his mama been on there 10 times.
She is down for her son, boy. I am not mad at her, man. She did not play about her son.
But sometimes it's like, Mom, everything you don't have to go on ESPN.
You see,
I don't think KD can stand up for himself. I think his mama is tougher and braver than he is. So I applaud her for it. Oh, now she gonna come on our I'm kidding.
We would love you though if Mrs. Durant you want to come on. That's perfectly fine. You know, I'm not a fan of your son.
Huge fans of her down in OKC.
We welcome everything.
I'm not a fan of your son, but they are.
Ain't that a bitch? She really is. You just had to throw it in there, didn't you?
Hey, all right, y'all. Look, I love y'all. Make sure y'all come back next week. Real Deal Sports. Your boy Walt, Nico, John. We out. Over.
Later.